So welcome. If you didn't hear me, my name is Philomena, and I'm subbing for Debbie today for this restorative class. And it looks like everybody has their bolsters in place. We're going to start in this supported crocodile posture. You're going to put your hips, your hip points, right over that middle bolster. Hopefully you can see what I'm up to, Allison. And then the second bolster, and I'm going to switch my direction here for a moment, is going to go under your ankles, the tops of your feet. And get really picky here. Think about that person in your life that's kind of a diva and embody that person. You want to have that real sense of getting as comfortable as you can. So you might have to scooch forward or back, shift around so that those two supportive props are where they need to be. And then rotate your head so that your right ear is on the floor. Play around with your arms. I'm going to offer goalpost arms. I think that's really comfortable. But if you'd rather have airplane arms, if you're familiar with that posture, you can experiment somewhat, but get your arms in a position that you feel really comfortable. Take a deep breath in. All the air out. Be patient with yourself. As you move throughout the day, it seems as if little molecules are drifting behind you. So you need some time to let all of you catch up with all of you. So feel that sense of you coming together in this space. Welcome, Jenna. Hopefully you can see my setup here in the middle of the room. 2 bolsters. 1 underneath your hips. And 1 underneath the tops of your feet. Rotate your head, putting your right ear as flush on the floor as possible. Consider the earth underneath you. Feel your points of contact. Contact your head, palms, forearms. And in this posture, let your shoulders just roll down towards the floor. Let them surrender to gravity. Notice the spots that aren't touching the earth. Your bottom ribs, maybe the tops of your thighs. Feel the connection of your kneecaps to the floor. Support of the prop underneath your legs. Run your gaze up the backside of your body, your heels, your calves, the backs of your knees, your hips, your glutes, lower back, upper back, neck, head. Just keep scanning like you're some type of imaging machine or MRI, looking up and down your body. So your tools here to stay here in this moment are your breath and your body. Your breath and your body are in this room. So let that tether you to this space and time. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. And with the ease of your exhale, press yourself up slightly and rotate your head in the opposite direction, putting your left ear on the floor. Now, it might take a little bit of time to get acclimated here. Be patient. As time goes on, you could rotate your head more, a greater degree, to get your ear more and more flush with the floor. If you need to move your arms a bit, feel free. So restorative is not about putting up with anything. It's about being as comfortable as possible. So shift when you need to and rest. You have two things going for you right now, and they are support and gravity. So trust the support underneath you and surrender to the gravity. Rotate your forehead down towards the floor. Tuck your chin quite a bit. Use that connection of the floor against your forehead to really stretch out the backside of your neck. And with your forehead and your chin tucked way in, rock your head right and left just slightly. Strum the soft tissue on the backside of your neck and the tops of your shoulders. Press yourself into the mat and move into a tabletop posture. Keep the tops of your feet right there on your back bolster. We're going to move back and forth into some cat and dogs from your pace, sinking your belly, shoulders up, tailbone up. Judy, were you in Lisa's class at 10 o'clock? Did I see you? Did you go to Lisa's class at 10 o'clock? Okay. I know Angela was. We did a lot of shoulder work. So really let those shoulder blades slide down your back. And when you come up, concentrate on your shoulder blades. Let them slide down towards the floor, away from the midline of the back of your body. Just feel that stretch. And then back and forth you go. A lot of times with cat and dog, you just pay attention to that lower back or that lumbar spine. Take a few moments and feel that stretch across the tops of your shoulders too. Get some ease in that area. Move both of your props so they're parallel to the upper edges of your mat. So you're just going to slide those and move them parallel to the upper edges of your mat from either side. And then slink yourself back down to your belly. We're not going to be here very long. You're going to slide your right knee, keep it on the floor, up to your right elbow. So you're just sliding your right knee up to your right elbow. And Madison, if you want to kind of just stay up a tiny bit for a moment, you'll see where we're going. Just sliding your right knee up to your right elbow. Press yourself up gently. You're going to left arm, you're going to weave that under your body, like thread the needle if you're familiar with that posture. Left arm under your body, right arm up towards the ceiling. As you do this, you're going to reach back and grab that prop behind you and put it underneath, tuck it in deeply underneath your back as much as you can to give you that support. If any of you sleep with a body pillow, you might do this where you tuck it in behind you, and then your prop that's right in front of you, grab it, Put it against your body on the front side. Put your right knee on that prop. Right knee on the prop. Now, if there's not enough support in the prop that's behind your back, I'm going to come around and offer you more. You want to rest your right arm down on that. Now, Madison, it might be more comfortable for you to keep your right arm on the top of your right thigh instead. Others, it might feel good too, but the goal here is actually to open up that right shoulder. So a gentle reaching back with your elbow draped over that prop up behind your lower back can give you access to that opening. So I'm going to come around and help you get as comfortable as you can. So you don't want anything like hanging out to the side. So it might be helpful to bend your elbow and tuck your hand underneath your lower back. It looks good. How does it feel? So for you, it might be nice just to keep your hand right here. So you're not going into that full-on twist. Oh, your hair's blowing everywhere. Okay, rest back a little bit. There you go. And let's get this a little bit more at a right angle so you're not so cramped up in there. How's that feel? That looks really good. How's it feel? Oh, in your arm, you said? Okay, well then, yeah, put it right. Yeah, Just gonna move this a tiny bit to offer you a little bit more of a push in your lower back. How's that? I tend to be super nurturing when I teach restorative. So if I do go a little overboard, I apologize. I think it brings out my biological clock or something. All right, honey. There you go. Gonna move this just a tiny bit. Roll back to your belly and take your props. Going to move them up to the front edges of your mat. You know what you're going to do with them on the other side here shortly. But before we go to the other side, child's posture. So child's posture, you can make this more supportive by putting that stack of bolsters underneath your chest. You might need something underneath your forehead. I love something underneath my forehead. I'm going to come around and give you blocks if you need them. But that piece underneath your forehead, have a gap between your forehead and the blankets for airflow. Another thing that's lovely, if you're really flexible, you could put a bolster between your tush and your feet. I don't need that because I'm not as flexible. My body's more up here. So if you don't have connection between your glutes and your ankles, then probably I would suggest just making a nice big high stack for yourself to give you support underneath your chest. So supportive. Yeah, that's a good idea. You could use a roll underneath your forehead too. Roll up the blanket and put that underneath your forehead. That becomes your gap between your and if you feel like your neck is a little bit kinked, then the block might be too much. Let's do this. Oh, you like that setting? Would you like to try this? Nice and soft. You can put your forehead right on there. Is that enough? Judy, you want to try this so that you're not making those fists and you can relax a little more? And put your forehead right on there. How's that? Move your awareness to that sheet of tissue across your lower back. Take a deep breath in and relax that area, that sheet of tissue across your lower back. Few more moments here in this supported child's posture. Press yourself back into your tabletop. Intuitively move. Cat and dog might feel good, or just a simple sway of your hips from left and right, lingering on one side or the other. Other options are to take that big circle with your hips from left to right. Could add the cat and dog to your big circles. If you are making circles, then switch the direction. Reorient your bolsters so that they are parallel to the upper edges of your mat. And go back down onto your belly. We're going to take that supine twist on the other side. So left knee, just let it slide across the floor up towards your left elbow and be still there for a moment. If you're familiar with frog posture, this is half frog pose. Press your hands into the mat. Weave your right arm under. It might feel good just to linger here, especially you, Angela, because of that shoulder class. Just let the weight of your torso stretch that right shoulder joint a bit. This is actually a yin yoga posture. find all your bolsters and put them the way they were before. One under your left knee. Reach back and grab the bolster behind you, shove it into your upper back. And as before, I'll come around and I'll make sure that bolster that's behind your upper back is nice and tight so you feel that support. So just roll it that way a little bit. Okay, now. This way, if you need to, you can push it back, but it's harder to get it close. I don't want to mess with you if you feel good. You feel good. All right, Madison. Oh, that's a great idea. Have that support up against your neck. Looks good. Just roll that way just a tiny bit for me. I wonder if you'll like this up against your neck a little bit. All right, and now this arm, just let it, how's that? Tuck your chin just a tiny bit. Yeah, there you go. Your head's a little kinked. How's that? If I ever do anything with a prop or put your body in a certain way, by all means, feel free to move after I leave. I won't look. Won't be offended. The goal is always just for you to be as comfortable as possible. You like keeping your eyes open. Put your head up.
Oh, wow. Big difference.
And roll onto your back. So flip on over onto your back and hug your knees into your chest. Just scoot your props off to the either side of your mat and hug your knees into your chest. Keep your head oriented towards the center. You're good, Judy. Just right on your back, like you could see Jason, Lisa. Yeah. Am I not talking loud enough for you? Can you hear me? Okay, I'll make sure I come over. No. Hug your knees into your chest and rest your head down. There should be a strap beside you. I think I put it to the right or left, or you have your own, I noticed. You're going to grab that and wrap it around the balls of your feet. And then reach your feet up towards the ceiling. Keep your knees slightly bent. Get your either end of your strap even on both sides. This is going to be such nice long legs. I need to get you a different strap. And then rest your shoulders down on the mat. You do want straight elbows. So straighten your elbows and choke up on your strap so that you can get your elbows, make your elbows and your wrists straight, but then let your shoulders go down to the floor. Relax your shoulders, tuck your chin. I'll trade you. You grab that end. Yeah. Draw a small circle with your feet. Small circle with your feet. So your feet go towards your face a little bit, towards the wall behind you. Relax your strap somewhat so that you can create a circle. Yeah, that's it. And then a circle in the opposite direction. Notice if you're gripping a lot, relax your grip. Not a big grip here. Just try to make everything as loose as possible. Lower your left leg down to the floor. So left leg, just go ahead and just release it from the strap, lower it right down on the floor. It might feel good to keep your knee bent or flat. So experiment with that. Put both ends of the strap in your right hand. So both ends in your right hand. And let your leg just cross over just slightly the midline of your body. So let's just keep it like that for night. Right now, right hand, out both ends of the strap in your right hand, and you're just letting your leg just barely cross over the midline of the body. Now relax your shoulder, relax your jaw, relax your eyes, relax everything. Nothing to figure out right now. You're just feeling that stretch down the IT band on the outside of your right leg. Now move your right leg to the right. Let it rest on the floor on the right. Externally rotate at your right hip. So you're taking your right leg out. There might be a prop near you that you can put underneath your leg. We're not going to be here forever, but if you want that support, you can have it to rest it down. I don't think I'm going to take the time to do this for everyone, but another thing that's lovely is to put a sandbag on top of your left hip. So if you have one around and you want to reach for it and grab it, you can. But that helps with keeping. I'm going to steal this one. Yes, thank you. That left hip and glute down on the floor. Oh my goodness, Judy. Think weighs about as much as you. So just feel that stretch for a few more moments since we went for the sandbag thing. Little Lucy. Little Lucy. If you have a pet, can maybe get them to lay on your hip like this. Put your head up. Slide your sandbag off of you, off to the left, And take your right leg up towards the ceiling once again. This time, cross it over your body just for a counter stretch for a moment so you can really get into that IT band stretch. You're just crossing it over the body for a moment. And then back up towards the ceiling. Lift your left leg up and bind the strap underneath your left foot. Lower your right leg down, knee bent or flat on the floor. We're going to do the same thing we did on the other side. Both ends of the strap, put them in your right hand. Get your elbow and your wrist straight. Looks good. And then just rest your shoulder down to the floor. Cross your leg over the midline of the body. Those of you that are runners, bikers, sitters, computer people, just about every American, you might feel that IT band stretch on the outside of your left thigh. You don't have to cross over very far. In fact, sometimes it's a little bit more of a impact if you just slightly cross it. If they aren't there, put both ends of the strap now into your left hand and let your left leg just go down towards the floor. I'll come around and put those sandbags on top of your left hip. If you're patient, you want to wait for me, you can. If not, feel free to do your own lifting of the sandbag, but don't do too much effort here right now. I will come and help you. Bend this knee for me a little more. There we go. Oh yeah, you got it. And now this leg over here. You can let it drift down. Relax your shoulder. Yeah. And then loosen up your grip and let your leg go down towards the floor. If it has to go towards the wall somewhat, that's okay too. So loosen up your grip quite a bit. Yep. And keep letting your leg go down, 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 down. Again, if it has to go towards this wall or towards me, that's cool. But you want to rest it down on something so you're not working. And then you don't have to hold that grip anymore. Yep. Relax your foot. Relax your toes. Relax your jaw. I'll put this underneath here in case that sandbag wants to slide a little. Go ahead, relax your grip. Let this thing go right down to the floor. Yep, that looks good. Bend this knee. Now straighten it a little bit. Let me move you. Yep, you're good. Nope. I'll just move you how I want to, Judy. I'm a little bossy that way. Bend this knee just a little bit. And you too, bend this knee just a little bit. Okay. Move your left leg back up towards the ceiling once again. Pull that sandbag off your body. Lift your right leg up to meet your other leg. Bind both feet underneath the strap. Now separate your feet as much as you can, but keep your feet oriented towards the ceiling. Bend your right knee quite a bit. So let's just shift this so that the ends are even. Good. And now, because your legs are so nice and long. And bend this right knee quite a bit. Reach your elbows, straighten your elbows. And then separate your legs as much as you can. Yes. Now bend your right knee quite a bit, or whichever leg. Bend the opposite knee quite a bit. So straighten the opposite leg. I forget what I started with. That's why I'm saying the word opposite, but just do the other leg. Yeah. Yep. And now just let your legs just separate as much as they can. That's it. Feel that beautiful stretch. If you have your straps twisted, that's fine, but untwist it for now so that way you can get as much of a stretch as you can get. Yeah. And keep alternating those bends. You can bend right knee, left knee, just get a nice stretch in that medial line, that inner line of your leg. Get even Steven on both sides. And then drop your strap, hug your knees into your chest once more. Draw a circle with your knees. You want to bump the whole perimeter of that bony plate at your spine, your sacrum. So get the top edge, go the whole way to your tailbones. You take your knees towards the wall in front of you, and then hug them way into your chest. So you want to feel every little nook and cranny of that bony plate of your spine. And when you find some area of congestion or tightness, stay there and rock around a little bit. Switch the direction of your circle. Do that little tilt-a-whirl action again, holding your knees. Yep. You don't have to hold your knees, Judy. You're good, however you want to do it. But you really want to feel that edge. So up, over, down. Even hit your tailbone and come around. And then go the opposite way. We're moving towards legs up the wall. If you know how to get there, feel free to do it. If not, I'll demonstrate. I think it's easiest to get your tush right up against the wall by going into almost a fetal position against the wall with your butt against the wall like that. And then you can swing your legs up. So this ensures that your glutes are as close to the wall as possible. If your butt is not touching the wall, then just dig your elbows into the floor and sort of walk yourself towards the wall to get your butt as close to the wall as possible. Once your legs are up there, think about how your body feels. I have sciatica, so if my legs are too straight, it will agitate my sciatica. You might need to move towards the center of the room a bit more or away from the wall. Another thing that will be helpful if you have sciatica is to bend the knee that you have a sciatica in a little bit and put your flat foot on the floor somewhat. You don't want to agitate sciatica here. Other options are the side that you have sciatica, you can bend that knee and actually cross it over the other leg and put your flat foot on the floor so your legs are kind of crossed. So experiment. And if you don't have sciatica, you aren't missing anything. So don't feel left out. I want to. Can I move your neck roll a little bit? So generally, just so you know, you want the roll just at your cervical spine, right there. So then your head is here. And tell me once you feel like your neck is supported, more or less. Mhm. Nah, it does. More matters is how if it feels good. If you're feeling any tension in your hamstrings or low back, this keeps you from floating away. Lift up your head for me. And one more time. Okay. bolster. I can get a bigger bolster. That feels okay. Lift up your head. Yep. Okay. Jason, lift up your head. Thank you, Lisa. Lift it up one more time. Okay. Lift up your head. Yep. Ever so slightly bend one knee and then the other knee, just a little bit. Smallest degree that you can possibly bend it. Like incrementally, keep bending them more and more. And then move into Supta Baddha Konasana legs on the wall. Yep, some of you know what I'm saying. You can follow Lisa here, Jason, what she's up to. You got it. Yep, you might have to scoop back a little bit further like Ryan's doing, away from the wall. You got it. Good. And I was just going to cue that, Christina. Put your right hand on the front side of your right knee and push your right knee into the wall, and then alternate left knee, push it with your left hand, just back and forth, seesawing that pelvic girdle back and forth. Lift up your head. And then move yourself, so scoot yourself so that your shin length away from the wall. Your knees should be at 90 degrees, ankles at 90 degrees. So you're just going to scoot yourself back a bit. So that'll move this out of your way. It'll be easier. Go back further, Madison. Yeah. I'll move that. Move your right ankle over your left knee. Create a figure 4. Right ankle over your left knee. And if that's a lot of information, then just move yourself away from the wall a bit more. Grab your right foot with your left hand. So just grab it. Yes. And then your right hand, press it against your knee. So you're going to pull your foot towards your face and push your knee towards the wall. It can also feel good to kind of rock here too by pushing your knee towards the wall and pulling your foot towards your face. Switch. Put your right flat foot on the wall again. Now your left ankle over your right knee. Grab your foot with your right hand and press your knee into the wall. You're just getting a little torque in that left hip. Yeah, that's it, Madison. Just rock left and right a bit. Just feel that opening in your hip. Allison and Jenna, take a deep breath and exhale further into that stretch. We're not doing that noisy ujjayi breathing that we often do in a power yoga class, but you're still after that even Steven inhale, followed with an even exhale. Shavasana. Keep your head oriented just as it is and root yourself into the middle of your back. I recommend putting a bolster or something under your knees, especially if you have tight hamstrings. So you're moving into Shavasana. So Shavasana, you're going to lay on your back. Anything that you enjoyed throughout this last 50 minutes or so, feel free to use it here. If you liked the sandbag over your hips, I got it. Go ahead. I'll just keep moving it until you like it. It's good. I know, I love restorative. Sorry. Don't move just yet, but imagine your fingers and your toes moving. Just imagine it. That split second of time before your nervous system actually communicates with your muscles to move them. Just feel that. It's like electricity in your body. Well, it is electricity. And then let that impulse move your fingers so slightly, as little as possible. Your toes as small of a movement as possible. Same idea, but with your head. Rotate your head to the right ever so slightly and to the left. Incrementally, make the movements of your neck and the joints of your fingers and your toes bigger and bigger. Start to draw circles with your hands, exploring the range of motion of your wrists, likewise with your ankles. Big, huge circles in one direction and the other direction. Move your right arm across your chest. And if you don't know what I mean, you can glance at me. Right arm across your chest. Use your opposite hand to push your arm into your chest. Look at me, Judy. Push this hand in. Yes. Push your arm right into your chest, stretching out the backs of your shoulders. Other side, left arm across your chest, big sweeping motion. Use your opposite hand to press your arm in. Stretch out the backside of your shoulder. Rock over onto your right side and push yourself into a seated position oriented towards the center of the circle. Allison and Jenna could orient yourself towards your camera to join into our circle. Inhale your arms up towards the ceiling. Move your hands to heart center. And we'll end with a really soft Om, just like that tiny movement you made with your hands and your fingers, toes and fingers. Same idea, though, with your voice. Big breath in. Tuck your chin way into your chest. Rock your head left and right. Strum that soft tissue in the backside of your neck and across the tops of your shoulders. And lift your head on up. Namaste, good people. Don't you dare clap. You'll ruin everything. Don't. Stay chill. Allison and Jenna, thank you for coming. I'm going to turn off my mic. Have a great afternoon.